Italian suits versus French suits. These are two of the most storied tailoring traditions on Earth, separated by a mountain range and about 7 centuries of rivalry. One promises to make you feel like a Mediterranean god. The other whispers that real power never raises its voice. And the question that keeps luxury menswear lovers up at night is deceptively simple. Which country actually makes better tailoring? Let's settle this. To understand where we are, you have to understand where it all started. Italy got there first, by a long shot. In 1351, Naples established the Confraternita dei Sartori, the Brotherhood of Tailors. That's not a typo. Nearly 700 years ago, Italian craftsmen were already organizing around the art of constructing a jacket. While the rest of Europe was still sorting out the Middle Ages, Naples was laying the foundation for what would become the most influential tailoring tradition in the modern world. Fast forward to the 1920s, and a tailor named Vincenzo Attolini changed everything. He looked at the heavy, armor-like suits coming out of houses like Huntsman on Savile Row and said, essentially, no thank you. He stripped away the padding, ditched the rigid structure, and created something radical, a jacket that actually moved with the human body. Light, fluid, alive. It was built for the warm Neapolitan climate, sure, but more than that, it was built for a philosophy. The Italians call it sprezzatura, the art of looking effortlessly put together, as if you did not even try. Even though, of course, every stitch was deliberate. Then came Brioni, founded in Rome in 1945, debuting their legendary Roman-style suit in 1952 at the first ever menswear fashion show. 1 year later, Gregory Peck wore Brioni in Roman holiday, and suddenly the entire world wanted to dress like an Italian. Chiton arrived in 1968 under Ciro Paione. Today, 350 tailors work under that roof using the same Neapolitan techniques, creating full canvas construction with hand-padded lapels. Cesare Attolini, Vincenzo's son, carried the family legacy forward, making the unstructured Neapolitan jacket a global icon. And houses like Rubinacci, founded in 1932, brought the dandy spirit, bold colors, and flamboyant patterns to Neapolitan tailoring. Now, France. The French story is quieter, more deliberate, and honestly, more fascinating than most people realize. Charvet opened on Place Vendôme in 1838 as the world's oldest shirt shop, dressing everyone from Charles de Gaulle to Jane Birkin. But the real French bespoke story lives on a single Parisian street corner. In 1880, Giuseppe Cifanelli founded his tailoring house in Rome. His son Arturo then did something brilliant. He went to London, studied at the Minister's Cutting Academy, absorbed everything the English had to offer about structure and precision, then moved to Paris in the 1920s and opened his atelier on Rue Marbeuf in 1936. What he created there was neither Italian nor English. It was something entirely new. Lorenzo Cifanelli, the 4th-generation master tailor running the house today, put it perfectly. My grandfather took what he learned about cut in London, and when he came back, he made a kind of mix between the two. That mix produced one of tailoring's most recognizable details, the Cifanelli shoulder. It is called La Cigarette. It is a soft, natural shoulder with minimal padding, shaped entirely by hand, using nothing but wadding and the painstaking stretching of cloth. No rope insert, no rigid structure, just pure skill. Karl Lagerfeld once said he could recognize a Cifanelli shoulder from 100 meters away. Cary Grant wore them. Fred Astaire wore them. Marcello Mastroianni wore them. And then there is Camps de Lucca, co-founded in 1969 by Joseph Camps, a Catalan, and Mario De Luca, an Italian. These two created something distinctly Parisian, the Cran Parisien, a deep, nearly horizontal lapel notch that the Italians call bocca di lupo, the wolf's mouth. To this day, neither the British nor the Americans nor the Italians have been able to replicate it with the same precision. At their workshop on Rue de la Paix, at least 5 tailors spend more than 60 hours on a single suit, and a single suit starts at nearly $7,000. So here's where it gets interesting. What are you actually paying for? A Brioni suit takes 22 hours of handwork across 200 steps, with 220 people involved in the process. Chiton suits start around $8,000, while Brioni ranges from $6,000 to $50,000. A Cifanelli bespoke suit? Over 80 hours of handwork. Camps de Lucca? 60 hours minimum. Francesco Smalto, another Parisian house founded by a former Camps de Lucca head cutter, requires 70 hours across 33 stages with 20 craftsmen. The French simply spend more time per garment, and that time shows up in details you might never see. Their buttonholes are the neatest in the world. Their pick stitching, that delicate hand-sewn top stitching, has more stitches per inch than anyone else. Camps de Lucca hides a hand-stitched teardrop pocket inside the jacket, a detail only you and your tailor will ever know about. The Italians, meanwhile, give you something the French do not: drama. Beautiful, intentional drama. Those curved patch pockets on a Neapolitan jacket, the breast pocket shaped like a little boat, called the barchetta. The side pockets curve like a pot, called a pignata. The way the jacket sits on your body with almost no lining, half-lined at most, so light that Neapolitan tailors say, zompa a reto. It jumps in the back. There is a romance to it that French tailoring does not attempt. And the fabrics. Let us not forget that Italy owns this conversation entirely. Loro Piana, founded in 1924, celebrated its centennial just last year. Vitale Barberis Canonico, a family mill operating since 1663, 13 generations deep. Ermenegildo Zegna, vertically integrated from sheep to suit. Whether you are buying a French bespoke suit or an Italian one, there is a very good chance the cloth itself was woven in the hills of Piedmont. So which is better? There is a quote I keep coming back to. An Italian suit tells people you know beauty. A French suit tells them you understand power. Both cost money, but only one suggests you've always had it. The Italian suit wins on first impression. It flatters. It moves. It seduces. You walk into a room wearing chiton or Isaiah, and people notice. The French suit earns something different: long-term respect, quiet authority. It is the difference between the man who drives a Ferrari and the man who drives a dark blue S-Class. Both are expensive. Both are exceptional. But they communicate very different things. And here's what nobody tells you. The line between Italian and French tailoring barely exists anymore. Cifanelli is an Italian family working in Paris using English cutting principles. Camps de Lucca was founded by a Catalan and an Italian. Francesco Smalto was Italian. The greatest French tailoring houses are, at their core, a hybrid of everything Europe has to offer, filtered through Parisian sensibility. The real answer is that these two traditions need each other. Italian mills supply the world's finest cloth. Italian construction philosophy liberated the suit from military rigidity. French tailors took that freedom and added discipline, precision, and a few details so subtle they border on secret. If you want a suit that makes you feel something the moment you put it on, go Italian. If you want a suit that makes other people feel something the moment you walk in, go French. And if you're very lucky, you'll own both, and you'll know exactly when to wear each one. That's not indecision, that's taste.